Everyone thinks a budget dash cam is just about capturing video, but here's the thing, most cams miss the two things that actually protect you: reliable evidence and fast response. After 2 weeks testing the Nextbase 322GW across city commutes, night rain, a highway run, and a parking lot knock test, I learned it nails one, surprises on the other, and exposes a quiet problem most buyers never consider. The punchline: 1080p isn't the headline here. It's the 10HZ GPS and emergency features that turn simple footage into usable proof. And yes, I hit a few app frustrations and found a small accessory that flips night performance from meh to usable. But that's exactly why these 3 reasons matter. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already thinking this might be your next dash cam, I dropped the best current price below. Stick around because there's a small add-on I recommend that makes a bigger difference than an extra resolution tier. Context: I needed a dash cam that doesn't just record but actually helps when things go sideways. I was sideswiped last year, my old cam's narrow angle missed the impact, the plate was a smear, and insurance dragged. Since then I've tried 2 no-name cams, a suction cup that fell off in summer heat and a 4K wonder that looked great until headlights turned every plate into a glowing rectangle. So I went into the 322GW skeptical. 1080p/30 fps, 140-degree lens, emergency SOS, Bluetooth 4.2, Wi-Fi, 2.5-inch touchscreen, rated 3.7 stars on Amazon, about 139.99. Good specs on paper, but would it actually help me win a claim and get help when it matters? I started with install and stability. Nextbase's click and go powered mount is the real deal. The magnetic connectors mean you leave the power cable in the mount. The cam snaps on and off in a second. I drove over potholes and speed bumps, plus a 95-degree afternoon parked in the sun, and it didn't budge. That solves the falls off when hot problem, but then I pushed the video. Daylight, 1080p 30 f1.6 lens, 140-degree field of view. I could see 3 lanes plus sidewalk. Street signs were readable and front plates were consistently legible at city speeds at about 25-30 feet. Once cross-traffic sped past, motion blur at 30 fps occasionally smeared plates. Switching to 720p 60 smoothed motion and sometimes helped with fast cross-traffic, but you lose detail. Trade-offs. Night is where cheaper cams struggle. The 322GW at f1.6 pulled in a decent amount of light, and with well-lit streets I could identify vehicles and lane markings, but oncoming headlights washed plates. Here's where it gets interesting. Add the optional polarizing filter. Nextbase sells one. There are third-party CPLs too, and glare drops noticeably. Reflective signs stop blowing out and some front plates become readable that weren't before. Without the CPL, night footage is okay for the scene, not always for plate reads. With it, noticeably better. Emergency features were my next test. After pairing via Bluetooth 4.2 and Wi-Fi to the My Nextbase app, I set up emergency SOS. A simulated impact triggered a countdown on the cam and phone. I canceled before contacting services, but the workflow is clear. If you don't respond, it sends your location, and if you entered it, key medical info. That's the kind of thing you hope you never use, but when you do, seconds matter. The 10HZ GPS stamped speed and location on every clip. Map traces in the app snapped to my route quickly. Locked clips with the G sensor stayed protected through loop recording. Parking mode. I left the car overnight. Intelligent parking mode woke on a physical jolt, not random movement, and recorded a short protected clip. Here's the catch: if your 12V socket powers off with ignition, you'll want the hardwire kit for consistent parking coverage. Without it, you rely on the cam's internal battery or a live socket, which isn't always available. With a hardwire kit, it worked as advertised and sipped power. App experience. Pairing took 2 tries on my iPhone. Transfers of short clips were fine, but moving multiple minute long files was slow. Real talk. For batches, pop the microSD and use a reader. That's a common theme in dash cams and likely part of why the Amazon rating sits around 3.7. The touchscreen on the cam itself is responsive and good for quick playback and settings. Here's the surprise after all that. The best thing about the 322GW isn't its picture quality. It's how it turns footage into usable evidence with minimal hassle. The magnetic mount means you actually take it with you. The 10HZ GPS makes speed location overlays precise enough for insurance. Emergency SOS is a rare safety net at this price. And with a simple CPL filter, my night footage improved more than jumping to a pricier cam without glare control. That combo is the quiet advantage. I logged about 20 hours of driving and a half-dozen controlled tests, and compared clips with a basic 1080p no GPS cam and a pricier 1440p model. In bright daylight, the 1440p wins for sharpness. At night, the CPL on the 322GW narrowed the gap more than I expected. The cheaper cam lost both on plate reads and had no trustworthy GPS. As for the too good to be true factor, no, this isn't cinematic. Fast cross-traffic plates at night can still be hit or miss, and the app can be finicky. But for legal, shareable evidence, it checks the boxes that matter. Now that you know the real win is evidence plus response, not just pixels, the move is simple. Grab the 322GW while it's near that $139 price, and bundle a CPL filter and hardwire kit if you park on streets. I've linked the best current deals and the accessories that made the biggest difference for me. Bottom line, if you commute daily, drive rideshare, or have a new driver in the family, the Nextbase 322GW is a smart buy. You get dependable 1080p 30 with a wide 140-degree view, 10HZ GPS stamping, emergency SOS, and a rock-solid mount that you'll actually use. Add a polarizing filter and a hardwire kit to round it out. If you want razor-sharp 1440p detail and a smoother app, look at higher-tier Nextbase models or be ready to pull the microSD for transfers. For most drivers, though, this is the sweet spot. Not flashy, just factual, and in an accident, facts win.